Hello, everybody. Hello. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. So, this was a requested video. As you guys know, I am doing a dating series here on YouTube. This is the third video in my dating series. So if you have not seen the other dating series videos, make sure that you go watch those. I will link them in the description box when I finish this live, or you can go to my channel and there will be a playlist there. All right, so I'm just waiting a few seconds for everyone to come in who is going to come in today. And then we're going to go ahead. Hi, Annette. And then we're going to go ahead and start talking about the do's and don'ts of dating. Okay, so here's the thing. We live in a society where people are always telling you to keep it real. Thank you. People are telling you to keep it real, be real, and I want you guys to know that's foolishness, okay? Hi, Sandra. Y'all know I'm a very, I'm blunt. I'm a tell it like it is kind of person. I'm definitely a keep it real girl, but I understand when to keep it real and when to not keep it real. Okay. And here's the thing. A lot of us ladies, we just talk too much. Okay. Masculine men do not chat it up the way us ladies like to chat it up. They just don't. So I feel like sometimes ladies kick themselves before they could even have a chance at a relationship, or, even before we can get to a second and third date. Sometimes you've kicked yourself in the head and this guy is not going to ask you out again because you talk too much, you reveal too much. He is already seeing the signs of who you are early on in the date, and he is not going to be interesting. This is particularly important if you are dating above the age of 30. You guys know I got married in my 20s. Thank God. I am happy that I got married early so that, by this age, I figured a few things out and now I can kind of give back. But in particular, when you're over the age of 30, people are just getting involved in their careers. They're just starting to figure out what they want to do in life. And around the age of 30 is when we start taking a reflective look at ourselves, most of us, okay? And so you don't want to talk too much. Hey, Kat, you don't want to talk too much on the first date. You want to talk, and I'm going to give you some tips and some tricks. Just from talking to my own husband, I've had to learn, when to talk and when not to talk. Women talk too much. We tend to be a little too emotional. Not all of us, but those of us that are feminine, we're more emotional. We like to talk. That's how we connect. That's how we bond. Nothing wrong with it. It's a part of being feminine. Men expect it. But when you're first meeting someone, they don't care about your life story, okay? They just want to see if, one, they are physically attracted to you, two, if you can hold a great conversation, and three, if there's some chemistry there so y'all can take it to another date. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the do's and don'ts, and I'm going to try to make this a quick video. Shout out to my Patreon members. There is a new video up in Patreon all about how to stand out with your style today. All right, so the first thing is, do not talk about politics or religion on the first date. Do not talk about politics or religion on the first date. Now, you guys know that I am a Christian, so religion is going to come into the topic for me. If I was dating, it would eventually come into the conversation. I'm not saying hide it. Don't lie. If the guy asks you, do you go to church or do you believe in God? Say yes. Don't lie. That's another thing. Don't lie. Don't be a liar. You don't want to come out on the first date known as the liar. Tell the truth, but just don't go too deep into it because it weirds out people, and people need to get to know you, not your religion, okay? They need to get to know you as the person, and then as they get to know you, then you can reveal your thoughts and theologies and different types of things, but you don't need to come in on the date talking about I'm saved, I'm celibate, I'm this, you don't need to go, because first of all, y'all might not ever see each other again. There's no need to get all deep on the first date. Just keep it light, airy, try to avoid politics, try to avoid religion. And the reason I say this is once you guys get to know each other and you're on a second date, a third date, a fourth date, then now's the time to start revealing thoughts and feelings and ideas. And then you can see if this person is going to be compatible with you. But there's no need to turn each other off on the first date. Politics is very polarizing. So if I was on a date and a guy is a liberal and I'm a conservative, and I start telling him, I'm a conservative, I support the wall. I think we need a wall for legal immigration. He might be a liberal and y'all might bump heads right at the beginning. That might be something that you guys can overcome. He might be able to win you over. You might win him over. But don't do it on the first date, because that could be the end of it. It could be a good, high quality guy and y'all could just bump heads. So stay away from those hardcore topics on the first date. Wait for the second, third, fourth date to start revealing, things about your religious beliefs, politics. It can just get sticky. Let's keep it fun on the first date. All right, the second thing, try to find something about this guy. Find something out about this guy. If this is a blind date, ask the people who set you up what he likes to do, what his hobbies are. Hi, Bridget. What his hobbies are, what he likes to do. If you met him on a dating app, or if you met him on eHarmony, or if you met him on Tinder, God forbid. Because I've heard some stories about Tinder. The girls have shared some stories with me about Tinder, and they tell me Tinder is hookup city. So I don't know, but maybe it works for somebody. If you met the guy, try to find out what their hobbies are, what they like to do, and ask them about it. That's the perfect conversation to have on a date. The perfect conversation is hobbies, what your favorite movies are, what your favorite things to do are, what your favorite places to go are. These are great topics. Stay away from religion, stay away from politics on the first date. Keep it light and airy. Decide if this is even a guy you want to see again. So find out about their hobbies, what they like, and ask questions about that. And then they're going to ask you questions, and then it keeps it light and fun. All right. Don't tell your life story. Okay. Nobody needs to know that, you were abused as a child. Nobody needs to know that on the first date. Okay. Women talk too much. We talk too much. You don't need to tell, him that you were sexually assaulted when you were 15. Okay. You're going to scare people away. Don't tell them your life story. Don't tell them every mistake you ever made, every trauma you ever been through. Keep it light, keep it airy. There's a time and place to bring in these life stories and these things that may have happened in our lives, or traumatic sicknesses and different things that we have all gone through, different situations. But you don't need to tell your whole life story on a date, okay? You don't need to do that. Just keep it light. Keep it airy. No need to tell your life story. Okay. I've already hit don't lie. Don't lie about yourself. Don't do that. There's no need to do that. Now, about as far as career and job, it's okay to talk about career and job, but don't ask what their salary is. Don't ask how much money they make. That's very weird. It's very suspect, and vice versa. He should not be asking you how much money you make and getting all in your personal business. Like, it's a first date. No need to talk about these things. So don't ask them too many questions about their job or their career. Keep it light, and don't ask them how much money they make or anything like that, because it's inappropriate. It's none of your business. Y'all are not in a relationship yet. You don't need to get all into that. Okay. Matter of fact, don't try to one up them. Like if he says, I'm this, and say, oh, I'm this. And he's, women love to be competitive with men. It's a very masculine trait that I would almost lean to say most women have. You guys know we all have a balance of feminine and masculine. We're all masculine and we're all feminine to a certain extent. Matter of fact, I saw an excellent video from Chrissy today, or was it yesterday? whatever. Chrissy is a YouTuber here that does videos for dark-skinned women and the plight of colorism and stuff like that. And she did such a good video when she gave a website where you can actually test your masculine and your feminine characteristics, so you can see how masculine or how feminine you are. And I just thought that was excellent. I'm going to post that in the Patreon community, you guys. I'm going to post that video in the Patreon community, because tomorrow I'm actually going to do a video on why you are not feminine, and why some women cannot be feminine. And femininity does affect you in dating. Women who are not feminine, probably, is going to have to marry a very feminine man, or they're probably never going to get married, because femininity is what men can't resist. Men really can't resist femininity. I always say this, it's their kryptonite. It's what will make a man drop down on his knees. It's what will make a man spend his whole check on you. Femininity is what men really can't resist, and most women are just not feminine. And feminine is not just like being sexy. That's what women think it's all about. It's about being sexy or wearing something sexy, or just looking girly. No, it's more to it. That's part of it, but it's more to it than that. All right, so yeah, don't ask him about how much money he makes and all that stuff. That's weird. All right, the last thing I'm going to touch on is don't talk about your ex. Okay, there needs to be no conversation, extended conversation about your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, the last guy you were with. Don't talk about that at all. If he asks you, have you been dating? Just simply say, yeah, I recently got out. If you want to share, I recently got out of a relationship. I wouldn't even say that. I would just say, no, I'm single. I'm single. I'm out here trying to meet great people. I wouldn't even talk about it. Your ex is your ex. He's history. He's gone. He's gone. It's over. So there's no need to talk about any exes. And this is what this is why a lot of women cannot get the ring. They talk too much. Okay. You talk too much about what your ex did for you and how much your ex spent on you and how your ex was in bed, and you just talk too much. You talk too much. And no man wants to compete with another man in his mind, sexually, financially, emotionally, or psychologically. Just like you wouldn't want your man to be comparing you to the last girl he was with. So a lot of women, I repeat, we talk too much. We talk too much. We need to tail back, and there's no need to talk about your ex. He's done. That's why he's your ex. And just don't have that conversation. It's weird. Okay? And I think that's it. Have fun. Talk about the weather. Talk about, your hobbies, what he likes to do, what you like to do, talk about current events that don't relate to politics. I mean, if he asks you a question about politics, just keep it light. If he asks you about religion, just keep it light. Don't get weird about it. Wait until you trust someone to give them your emotion, to give them your thoughts. And this is the problem. This is how I don't even know how people have one night stands or have sex with someone randomly on the first night. You don't know this person. You don't know if this person has HIV or STD. You don't know how many women this man has been with. Y'all have not gotten AIDS tests. Y'all don't know anything about, you don't know about his family background. You don't know what generational curses he is bringing with him. You don't know anything about him, and you hop right into bed with him. I mean, I don't see how people do that. Same thing for conversation. You don't need to reveal your inner thoughts and your inner emotions and your inner feelings to a stranger, because this is a stranger. Now, if this is somebody that you know, meaning it's a first date, but maybe y'all have been friends and y'all are going to try to venture into romance, then you can go a little bit further with it. But you need to take it slow. And I think taking it slow really is the key to a long-standing relationship. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Me and my husband, we took it so slow. I mean, we started out as friends. I mean, we didn't kiss for weeks. The first kiss was weeks. It was that's how slow we took it. And I think there's something to be said for taking it slow, because you're making a man earn your attention. You're making him earn your essence, your womanhood. And it's enticing to men, and I think they have fun with, you know, you being mysterious and you having that element of mystery about yourself, which is something that most women do not have. They give it all. They spread them, they cook, they move in, they have no mystery to them. When you do that, it's very hard to set the tone for marriage, because this dating series is for women who want to marry a high quality man. This is not for people who believe in alternative relationships or who have no desire to be married. This series is not for you. This dating series is for women who desire to date and mate and marry high quality men, okay? And high quality men, masculine men, are different from your average Joe, okay? And that's it, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take questions now because I see I have one. Is it okay to not initiate texts or calls? Yes, I would not initiate a text or call, meaning after you leave the date, if he paid for the date, which he always should, if he didn't pay for the date, you should never talk to him again. No, I'm just kidding. Do what you want. If he paid for the date, you can text him and say, thank you so much for taking me out. I had a great time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know if I would call, but I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman saying, thank you so much for taking me out, because he took you out. He took you out. He paid for the date. He deserves a thank you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with initiating a text and thanking this guy, but don't be calling him and being like, when we gonna go out again? I think that's a little desperate. And see, this is the thing. I want the man to chase you, because if he chases you, that's how it's going to be throughout the entire relationship. Even in marriage, he is going to continue to dote on you and chase you. And I'm talking from experience. See, a lot of people can't tell you from experience because they're not married. They have not been married for a substantial amount of time to be able to tell you what's going to happen if you chase the man and then you get married. And then you want him to be romantic and you want him to, it's not going to happen. So you want the man to kind of be the aggressor. You can reciprocate. You know, there's nothing wrong with reciprocating once you have built a rapport and y'all are dating or courting. You know, you can reciprocate, but he needs to be the initiator, in my opinion. He needs to be the person that's kind of pursuing you, because as a woman, I want to be pursued. Now, if a woman is in her is more masculine, she may not want to be pursued, but I'm feminine. So I want to be pursued. I want a man to pursue me. You know, love is not a fairy tale. You know, he's not going to come swoop you off on a horse like Cinderella, but he needs to court you. He needs to show he's interested. And that way, you don't have to be the pursuer, and then the whole relationship you're pursuing him. It shouldn't be like that. You know, you can reciprocate once he shows interest in you. Nothing wrong with reciprocating. It takes two people to maintain a relationship. So yeah, nothing crazy. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this dating series. I know I'm enjoying it. I still date my husband. You know, it takes work to stay married. It takes work to maintain a healthy relationship. And me and my husband, you know, we work really hard on our relationship. It's very important to us. And we still date, and I still tell him what I want, and he tells me what he wants, and we work on that together. And I think these are things that I learned from dating, dating a couple guys when I was on the dating scene. And just from hearing other women, I listened to other women, their stories of dating, and them telling me what they did wrong, what they did right. And so, I'm in touch with a lot of different types of women. I mentor young girls, so I have my hand on the pulse of the 20-year-olds. I kind of understand what's going on with them, and I kind of understand what's going on with the older ladies who are out here trying to date. It's a different world. It's a different game, especially if you're a little older. And so I want to come and talk about these things and have these conversations with you, because y'all know I love love. I love marriage. I think marriage benefits women, especially when you have a man that's hardworking and that wants to make your life easier, and he wants to make your life good. It's nothing like that. It's no feeling like that in the world, to know that, you have someone in your corner who is going to put you first, who's always going to put you first. And so it's a beautiful thing. So I want that for all of my ladies. That's what I really desire. I want everyone who desires to be married to be married. You know, I think it's wonderful. All right, girls, I will see you in my next video. If you're in my Patreon community, I will see you soon there. There is a new video up there on Patreon. The link to my Patreon is in the description box below. And I will also link the other dating videos from this series in the description box below. I'm going to go do that now. Have a blessed day, you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.